Okay, well, welcome back everyone, and good afternoon to our, good afternoon and welcome to our last session. I think most people are back, and so let's get started. I think our next session follows on very, very nicely from the discussion that we had just before the break with Andreas and Wayne. Specifically on the issue regarding, let's say, the levels of service that we expect or that we do get from revenue authorities in Africa. And perhaps I can maybe just preface this discussion by making the point that what we do know, and the reports that we do hear about upskilling of revenue authorities, is that organizations like the IMF, the OECD, the United Nations, ATAF, are putting in a lot of money and a lot of effort into training programs, upskilling programs, to capacitate, I think is the word, our revenue authorities in the rest of Africa. So our next speaker, who is speaking here today in her personal capacity, but I can't not tell you about her background. So she's an advisor to the IMF, specifically in the area of revenue administration. So regional revenue administration advisor to the IMF. That's her current role, but she's not speaking on behalf of the IMF. She's previously had positions in the revenue authorities of Swaziland, Zimbabwe, and she's previously a senior manager here with our own SARS as well. And her topic of discussion this afternoon: reform challenges for developing countries' revenue administrations, and some of the lessons for all of us here in Africa. Faith, over to you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for that disclaimer. I'm here, and I'm glad that I'm seeing some familiar faces from SARS. I think yesterday and today in the morning, I was feeling a bit uneasy because it was mainly the private sector practitioners and business. I'm talking mainly from my experience in the 3 countries in Southern Africa, but now, with my experience working and giving advice to the West African revenue administrations, I've come to ask a number of questions, because I'm now feeling the heat from the other side. I'm now coming to understand the frustrations that the revenue administrations have. And I have 3 questions that came to my mind when I was preparing for this presentation. And from my home country, we became a revenue administration in Zimbabwe in 2001. And that was 16 years after the Chelia Commission recommended that Zimbabwe forms a revenue administration for the obvious benefits that are derived from it. And I also asked why Swaziland had to make a budget announcement so many times and still not be able to implement VAT when they knew that there were benefits in implementing VAT. And as I'm giving advice to the revenue administrations, they approach me, give me their TA needs, areas of technical assistance they require. I go back to reports as far back as 2008, giving recommendations that should be implemented. And I ask myself, why have they not implemented? And you are going to go in, get an expert, a consultant, and still they will not be able to implement. And this then highlighted some of the challenges that